Migration is repeated migration. It requires that you must be legal. And you can travel for 6 weeks to go and work, come back, short contracts of travel versus how we used to do it before, where we would go for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years before we return. With circular migration, relationships are kept intact. You also have a lot of remittances are going back and forth, and we are fully engaged on many levels.
Well, somebody decides to move out of Ghana to Europe, to the Americas. The intention is to go and make it, quote unquote.
Yes.
The person needs more than a year, 5 years, 10 years. Sometimes they settle in there and they don't want to come back. What time frame are you looking at in the circular migration?
We have programs right now that are running when Ghanaians migrate legally overseas, and we ensure that their documents and everything is in order. When they arrive, they do well very quickly. As you know, many Ghanaians leave Ghana to go overseas to work, but they may be on a visitor's visa. They spend about first 2, 3, 4 years just trying to get their papers right. So with circular migration, it's actually legal. So what happens, they have everything they need to hit the ground running. So in the first year, second year, he's already doing well. We have people in Canada, within 3 years, they bought their own homes. Whereas those who may be migrated on a visitor's visa now have to go through a conversion of their visa, may or may not even get it, and then they have to keep struggling for years before they finally make it. And so it's with the circular migration, we find people when they leave here legally, they come home very often. Because you know the thing about coming home, when you feel that you are a little rich, you know, then you can come home. But if all the numbers are not right, you can't even buy a ticket to come home. And in some cases, people are afraid that when they come, they can't go back because their documents are out of order. So circular migration gives us that legality where Ghanaians can go back and forth, working, bringing investments home, going to work, getting that capital, coming to reinvest it in entrepreneurial programs, in education, and other forms. And that will really generate a lot of income for the company, like India is doing.
So how do you identify these people?
Okay. Well, from the diaspora, and also even here in Ghana, we've set up a virtual platform with a company called Easy Expo. So we are going to be doing a lot of campaigning. We're working directly with the ministries as well as with the Office of the President, the Diaspora Relations Office. We are also looking to partner with additional companies, including even for Ministry of Trade and Industry has just signed on board. IOM has also signed on board. So we are going aggressively after who we call our future. Okay. The youth that we have can and will help to unlock much potential for Ghana.
Are you looking at the young graduates? Are you looking at middle-aged or anybody at all?
We actually have 2 programs. The first program is a Diaspora National Service. We are asking all young Ghanaians overseas to give 1 year of service. In England and other places, they do working holiday. They backpack and they go to New Zealand and do working holiday. We need development. So we're asking them to come with the skills, the knowledge, and come and help us here. The second program starts from 30 and up. So that's for skilled workers. With this one, we're looking for more engagement on the government to government end, because it's very difficult if you're working overseas to take 6 weeks off or a year off to come to Ghana, unless you are planning to come permanently. The structures don't really allow that too much. So we're looking for maybe on your holidays, you may do some consultancy. But what is happening even now at Silicon Valley, there's something called virtual workers. Right. So that means that you could possibly even be in the UK and be a consultant part-time to any ministry or any private company here in Ghana. So we're trying to explore all of these options so that we can fully engage Ghanaians in the diaspora.
In her presentation.